How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video we have a brand new form of content called the Weekly Wonders. It's a program within MLB The Show, and it kind of reminds me of the daily program that we used to have. But I also have completed all 3 of the Team Affinity Conquest maps. I kind of wanted to take you through some of these packs. Before we get into some gameplay, I am going to be hopping into some ranked, trying out 97 Ronald Acuna for the first time. Also trying out 97 Madison Bumgarner. So we're going to be making a couple of debuts. But I'm excited about this Weekly Wonders. I think they're going to add some cards into this eventually, right? It says earn XP, stubs, packs, and more. So eventually we should get, some featured cards that will be limited time. The moments and missions are pretty easy. They're very similar to dailies, and you have until April 5th as of right now to complete this. You can earn 2 packs, a Ballin' as a Habit pack, a couple hundred stubs, and 10,000 XP. So this 10,000 XP should help unlock a couple diamond cards, or at least make progress towards 1 diamond player. But we're going to go ahead and fast forward through some of these gold and diamond packs that you get through the Team Affinity program. Pretty solid players all around. I have been kind of putting these cards in my lineup and completing the conquests as I go. I still have half of the USA conquest map to complete. But I'm enjoying the offline grind, or at least the grind against the CPU with your Diamond Dynasty squad. I'm having a good time with it. I didn't really play too much Conquest last year, so I'm having a ton of fun with the game right now, and mixing in some ranked seasons. I typically will start with ranked seasons just because I don't want to mess up my timing. Playing a bunch of Conquest and then hopping into ranked does not really help me a whole lot, but what I usually do is go into custom practice for a little bit and at least track a few pitches. I talked a little bit about that in my hitting tips video as of recently, but anyway, we do have a bunch of diamond cards here. We have some captain players from some of these Team Affinities as I completed the Central Conquest map, as I mentioned earlier. I'm just kind of going fast forward through this so you at least know who I selected. I really focused on starting pitchers, a couple hitters that I like, and I got a couple closers. Pretty much all the closing pitchers that I could, because I don't really have a ton of diamond guys. I actually have yet to use a relief pitcher in ranked anyway. Just because I haven't really played a whole game. I haven't played a full 9-inning game yet. It's either been a mercy rule or the people have quit out. But we're going to get into a ranked game here. Just wanted to take you through some of the packs from the Conquest. So far, I've pulled about 4 or 5 diamonds, 190+ overall card in Justin Verlander, and he was going for about $60K at the time when I sold him. So that's pretty solid. I will definitely take that. Made about 75 to 100,000 stubs if you count all these gold cards. For the most part, I kept a lot of them just because they're pretty much at the quick sell value, and I really want to get the collections done. Eventually, I have completed the San Diego Padres collection just because I know they're going to add in Fernando Tatis into the game, so I wanted to go ahead and complete that before he is added into the game. Got the Jake Peavy card. I have yet to try him out, but in this video, we are going to try out 97 overall Madison Bumgarner. And I think this card can be pretty good just because there's a limited left-handed starting pitchers right now. I did not want to throw that circle changeup right in that spot. Definitely left it up, even though I think I had late feedback on that one. Usually when you have late feedback when using pinpoint pitching, the ball is below the strike zone. I was trying to throw it right there, but I know people have been talking about leaving the ball up when using pinpoint, kind of hanging pitches. The ball's not really going where you want it to. Madison Bumgarner has really good control, so I think he can still be effective. We're also playing at a launching pad in Capital Lang. I mean, this ball was not well hit, but it is a home run. I served it up. We're down 2-0. You have to keep in mind that if you're playing at this stadium, you're going to have to score a lot of runs, and your pitchers' ERAs are probably not going to be the greatest. But I still think this Madison Bumgarner can be effective just because he's one of few left-handed pitchers. Like, how many starting left-handed pitchers do we have available right now? They're going to have to release a few. I mean, we do have the 92 Clayton Kershaw. We got the 92 Chris Sale. We got Fernando Valenzuela from the collection. And I know there's a few lower overall left-handed starting pitchers like Tom Glavine and stuff like that. They're going to have to release higher overall diamond cards just to keep up with some of these hitters. At least left-handed pitching. Maybe a couple relievers in there as well. I know the Billy Wagner card. It'll probably be a little bit of time before I unlock that card. But let me know so far who your best players have been. I'm really liking the Ketel Marte, of course. He was always one of my favorite players, and as well as the Francisco Lindor, this Munetaka Murakami. Really, all these cards that I've been picking up are players that I typically do well with in MLB The Show. So I'm pretty excited about the content. There's just so many players to choose from. I've been trying different guys out. There are a few players I'd like to keep on my team for a little bit of time. I'm really liking this Mike Trout card here, Francisco Lindor, ripping a base hit. I had a couple pitches here in this game that I definitely could have had better PCI placement, better timing, a couple early home runs, a couple weird base hits, but I was able to at least take the lead back. Still nobody down in the inning, and I missed another pitch right down the middle there. That's at least 3 pitches, hittable pitches, that I've missed in this specific inning, and still nobody out, which is kind of crazy. But there that first out is at least a valuable out. But I can't really miss a pitch like that with Jock Peterson, especially he has the dead red quirk. Here in this next inning, I'm sitting on the fastball inside first pitch, and Ronald Acuna goes deep in his very first at-bat in his debut. Been hitting home runs with everybody in their debut, and I want to get into another game for sure. We're going to get into an event game here, and Shohei Ohtani goes deep, splitter inside. This Yamamoto card I think is pretty good. I've really only used him and faced him on all-star difficulty, but I think he's pretty effective. He does throw, deceptively hard. I think his motion is pretty easy to control, but I know that everybody has him. So, especially, as people play this game, they're going to see this card and get used to him and be able to hit him. So he might not be as good as I'm thinking, but that's going to be a lot of these pitchers, I feel like, because there's a lot of, really good cards in this game right now, but eventually everybody's going to see them, and they got to release some new guys over time here. A couple guys here and there is good. I like the way the content's been. I like the way the gameplay is. I think this game is really good right now. Really solid game. You're going to hit some perfect outs. You're going to have some interesting base hits, but at the same time, I'm getting rewarded more times than not. There's not as many foul balls, and that was really what was frustrating me, at least in last year's game, was the amount of foul balls. And you're going to get more strikeouts in this year's game. I like it. I like it so far. But here on this hit and run, we're able to hit a home run, which is always nice. But I've got off to a slow start with this Jeremy Pena card. Probably been my worst hitter, honestly, in my lineup. But I still think he's really good. It's just definitely user input so far. But we're trying to close this game out here with Roki Sasaki. I'm trying to pitch a little bit better, especially with runners on. So this guy doesn't have any hits, and I feel like he's easier to use out of this short windup, which is almost a stretch anyway. But it is a little bit slower or a little bit different, I feel like, when there's a guy on base. We'll see. We're going to have to see right here. You just gave up a first base hit. But let me know, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are about the game. I know I've been saying that a couple times throughout the video, but for the most part, I feel like everybody is enjoying the game. I feel like everybody likes the game a little bit more than last year, which is always good. And I can say the same. I know we're still, only a week in, still kind of in the honeymoon phase of the game. That's what people like to call it. But we're at least, winning games. I haven't lost a game yet, even since back to the tech test. But that's not really it. I'm down to lose games as long as I'm having a good time and having fun and it's a competitive game. But I think this Weekly Wonders program has some potential as well. I think this aspect is pretty cool. Something brand new. It seems like the team building, the way the game is, it's just a little bit different this year, and I like it so far. But I'm College Lefty, and we got some ranked in. We talked about some brand new content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.